Hello everyone, in this session we'll be talking about pollution and some of the biogeochemical cycles. So the content in this presentation are air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution and biogeochemical cycles. So first of all, air pollution. Air pollution is nothing but the introduction of pollutant, organic molecule or other hazardous substances into Earth's atmosphere. If we talk about air pollution, it is caused by air pollutants. And what are air pollutants? Air pollutants are the substances which accumulate in the air in high enough concentration that is hazardous to all the organisms or to the material exposed to the air. Some of the examples are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur and nitrogen, particulate matter, CFC, and smog. And the sources are natural and man-made. If we talk about the natural sources, then we have forest fire, dust storm, and volcanic activity. And if we talk about man-made sources, then we have power plants, home, industry, oil refineries, etc. If we talk about the effects of air pollution, then we have it causes allergy, diseases, and even deaths in human. The other effect is that it causes birth defect in newborn babies, and one of the very prominent example is Hiroshima, Nagasaki. The other example is acid rain and global warming. Okay, now if we observe this image that we have in our screen, then we can see the then and now image of Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal, when it was made, it was a very beautiful white monument. But now if you visit there, then you can see that it has become somewhat yellowish or pale. So what do you think could be the reason behind that? So the reason behind that is acid rain. And what is acid rain? It is basically carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide. They react with the water vapor which is present in the atmosphere to form carbonic acid, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid respectively. These acids they drop down with the rain, making it acidic in nature. Next, we have the other effect of air pollution, that is global warming. What is global warming? It is basically the increase in average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere due to excess greenhouse gases in the surrounding. And global warming is caused due to greenhouse effect. And what is greenhouse effect? It is when most of the solar radiation passes through the atmosphere, the Earth's surface radiates back heat towards the space. A part of it is trapped by the greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere, and this effect maintains the livable temperature on the Earth's surface. And greenhouse effect is caused due to the presence of greenhouse gases, which is the gases which are responsible for greenhouse effect. They are water vapor, nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide. So they are basically the gases which traps the heat. Now, effect of global warming is warmer climates, natural calamities, risk of rise in sea level. Next up, we have water pollution. Now, water pollution is the contamination of water bodies with harmful waste. So, what could be the water pollutant? Water pollutants are the substances that pollute water, and so they are called water pollutant. Some of the examples are detergents, chemical dumped by hospital, insecticides and herbicides, etc. So some of the causes of water pollution are urbanization, industries, agriculture, and various other things. Now, the effect of water pollution can be easily seen on the holy river Ganga. Now, the towns and cities through which the river flows throw a large quantity of garbage, untreated sewage, dead bodies, and many other harmful things directly into the river. So, the pollution in Ganga is choking the aquatic life and hindering the growth of plants. Ganga is one of the 10 most endangered rivers in the world. Next up, we have some of the terms related to water. The first one is potable water, which is the water suitable for drinking. This potable water is free from all the contamination and harmful bacteria. The water which is not potable is not fit for drinking. Next up, we have boiling water. It is boiling the water so that all the microbes and all, they might get killed. Filtering water, the process of separating all the suspended solid matter from the liquid. Next, we have soil pollution. The addition of harmful or toxic chemical to the soil which makes it unproductive is called the soil pollution. Now, the causes are oil spills, acid rain, mining, pouring insecticides and herbicides, etc. The effect are loss in soil nutrition, impact the natural flora and fauna. It also creates toxic substance in the soil and it degrades the vegetation. Now we'll move to the next topic, which is biogeochemical cycle. Under this, we have 4 types of cycle: carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle, and water cycle. First up, we have carbon cycle. So carbon cycle is basically the circulation and transformation of carbon between living things and the environment. If we talk about the cyclic process, it has 5 steps involved in it. The first one is the carbon present in the atmosphere is absorbed by the plants for photosynthesis. Second, the plants are consumed. The plants then consume the animal, these plants are then consumed by animals and carbon gets bioaccumulated in their body. These animals and plants eventually die, and when they die, they decompose, and upon decomposing, the carbon is released back into the atmosphere. Then some of the carbon is not released back into the atmosphere, so it eventually becomes the fossil fuel. And these fossil fuels are then used for man-made activities, which when we pump those fossil fuel, the carbon comes back into the atmosphere. Next up, we have nitrogen cycle. So nitrogen cycle is the recycling and reusing of nitrogen in different form to meet the demand of various environmental activities. Now, nitrogen cycle has a few steps, first of which is nitrogen fixation. Initial step of nitrogen cycle, here atmospheric nitrogen is converted into ammonia. The second step is nitrification. In nitrification, the ammonia is converted into nitrate by the presence of bacteria in the soil. Third up, we have assimilation. Now, assimilation is when nitrogen assimilation is the process by which inorganic nitrogen compounds are used to form organic nitrogen compound in such amino acid. Next, we have ammonification. When plants and animals die, the nitrogen present in the organic matter is released back to the soil. Last, we have denitrification. Now, denitrification is the process in which the nitrogen compounds they make their way back into the soil. Then we have oxygen cycle. Now, it is a biological process which helps maintain the oxygen level. The first step is all the green plants during process of photosynthesis, they release oxygen into the atmosphere as a byproduct. The second step is that all the aerobic organisms, they use free oxygen for respiration. Third, the animal, they exhale carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere, which is again used by the plants during photosynthesis, and now oxygen is balanced in the atmosphere. Last, we have water cycle. Water cycle is also known as hydrological cycle. It is the continuous movement of water from the Earth's surface to the atmosphere and then back to the ground. Water cycle has some steps like evaporation, sublimation, condensation, precipitation, and infiltration. We will be talking about these terms. First of all, evaporation is when water molecules at the surface of the water bodies becomes excited and rise up in the air. Then we have sublimation. Sublimation occurs when snow or ice changes directly into water vapor. Then we have condensation. It is when the water vapor that is accumulated in the atmosphere, it cools down. And then we have precipitation, which is when water is released from the cloud in the form of hail or rain or snow. Lastly, we have infiltration, which is rainwater gets absorbed by the ground through the process of infiltration. That is it about this session.